young student athlete here at Eastside. This seems to be an ongoing tradition here. This is our second one of the year, and hopefully it continues, long after I'm gone, and the new coach comes in, and we keep a steady flow of getting our kids off to the next level, and with some financial assistance, which we have in this case here. With this young man, it's a little bit different for me, a little bit special. All the players that come through here are special to myself and to the program, but this one here, a little bit different. Started about this high with me. This one was our ball boy when older brother Sean Paul played here, and I specifically remember the first time we had a nice little chat was before that desert scrimmage. Players were inside, and I was sitting with him on the steps just waiting for the game and talking to him about football, and he said, someday, Coach, I'm going to come play for you, and I'm going to tear up shop. And I was like, well, let's do this. And he kept his word. And again, the administration played a part. Mr. Schultz, thank you for all your help with this young man and in the classroom and keeping him on track. And like I said in the other time, it takes a village sometimes. And I think the reason why he is so successful because he has good support throughout. And again, I know you're going to do well. And keep us in touch. When you come back for summer. Once a Lion, always a Lion. I need you to come over here and talk to these younger guys and explain to them what college is about and share the knowledge and spread the wealth around. And maybe we can get a few out there with you next year. All right? Anybody else want to add anything? No?
Oh.
Well, go ahead.
Well, okay. First off, I'd like to say thank you Eastside as a community, at the school. All of my children will graduate from Eastside, and I've never been ashamed of bringing my children here. And I know it's his moment, but I want to thank thank the administration on how things are done here at Eastside, especially when it has pertained to the Guilford children. I don't know about anybody else's but my own. I'd also like to thank the coaching staff. It's kind of hard, if you understand what I'm saying, when he was here when Lockhart was here, and you were the defensive coordinator, and I used to watch you scream at him about getting the ball in, and I mean, he would just let him have it. And I'd say, my poor son, and it started way back then. I think he was like in the 6th grade, about 6th grade, about 6th grade, and coach, for trusting him, with the ball, I know what type of ship you ran, and I think the first time you gave him the ball as a junior, he put it on the ground. Sophomore. You're sophomore, right? You gave him the ball. He was a sophomore. You gave him the ball. He put it on the ground. But really, I'd like to thank Coach Lear also. Again, me and Coach Lear talk often, about Niamke. He was one that if he was messing up, even with my daughter, but I know it's his moment, but he would call me and say, hey, Bear, this is what's going on with your son. Come on in, man. We need to talk about his academics. And he gave me an opportunity to get on him, and his GPA has climbed, ever since then. And he would talk to him like, they would talk to Niamke like he was his own by saying things like, I can't help you unless you help yourself. And I remember those times, and we didn't always agree. I think there were times when Lear would write me letters and kind of let me know, hey, man, you can't talk to me like that, type situation. But he's always had my back. I'd like to thank these two gentlemen here who he considers his uncles, who financially has backed him. And what I mean by that, it takes a lot. It takes a lot now to get recruited, even with the sports nutrition and the combines and, having to drive down the hill when I couldn't make it down the hill. Mr. Lino, and Pooler, my brother Pooler, they would step up, so I'd like to thank them. I'd also like to thank the young men from B&H that are here. We put over 100 kids through B&H, and none of them have gone to jail. None of them have seen prison. None of them, all of them are successful. And I think the coaching staff even backing that, and staying on our kids like that. I'd really like to thank Miss Schultz. I think she doesn't know me, but everybody here knows how many times I actually stop and tell our kids at B&H, you go talk to Miss Schultz. And a lot of times they don't like giving out specific numbers like eligibility numbers to people who are underclassmen. But at B&H, we make our 10th graders get their eligibility number on purpose for specific reasons, because we're taking them out to combines and the coaches are asking them those questions. So I'd like to thank you. So overall, last but not least, I'd like to thank my son for being who he is. I'd like to thank my eldest son for setting an example of how to do it, and he really looks up to him. But I'd like to thank Niamke for putting forth the effort. And one more thing before I stop talking. He had a lot of opportunities to go D1, a lot. Those guys right there tell you every night at B&H he'd get a phone call from a coach. And that phone call would go, yes, sir, things that Coach Lear would teach him is yes, sir, no, sir. And he'd be on the phone, yes, sir, no, sir. Thank you for the opportunity, sir, blah, 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 all down the line until they came down and they'd say, what's your major? And he'd say, I want to be a nurse or a physician's assistant. And the conversation with every D1 coach changed. And I could hear him go, okay, all right, okay, yeah. His whole conversation would change, and he would walk by, throw me my phone, and say, hey, man, don't never answer the phone from that guy again. So I'd like to thank him for his courage to go to an NAIA school who, on the first opportunity that coach called, he threw $23,000 on the table, guaranteed for 4 years, you know, and then the following day, the department head of the nursing department was on the phone with him. And so a lot of people want that status, you know, but nobody wants to follow their dream. And I know it's a step back for you. I know that, you know, you wanted to play, you know, big time football, but you put your life up front. I didn't have to do that. You stepped up and you put your life up front. And that just tells me that you're growing into being the type of man that I thought that I had reared from day one.
Very nice. You want to say anything?
Yeah, don't want to say much, but I do want to say I just want to thank everybody in this room, because I invited everybody in this room because everybody's had a part in my success, especially in high school. My coaches for putting up with me and my energy, but actually using that to better myself and the team. I want to thank my teammates for trusting me to be your leader on and off the field. I want to thank my older brother for setting such a great example for me. I never see this man with his grades slipping, and he always stays doing what he wants to do with everything else right on top with that. I want to thank Coach Lear for giving me such a great opportunity my sophomore year. Oh, it started with my freshman year, because he let me one game he let me play JV football because they were running short and they had a game on the same day that varsity had. So I want to thank him for that, because Coach Lear has always given me these grand opportunities, never let me slack down to anything that he thought that I couldn't do. He always kept me at high expectations, and I thank him for that. I want to thank my administration for always being on my side, always asking me what I'm going to do with college, how's fall season going, how do you think things is going to turn out. Always being in contact with me, especially with Miss Schultz. I've been talking to her since the end of my junior year, and without her, I wouldn't even be in this room right now, because there was a mishap with my A through G requirements. I didn't have any foreign language on my books, and at first people were talking about, just go to ABC for 2 years, but I told her straight off the bat, I'm not going to ABC. I'm trying to go out, do what I need to do, and play with a good football.
No disrespect to ABC.
I understand completely.
And at first, all the other counselors were like, "You got to take a Spanish 2 class, but Spanish 2 classes are hard." I think she's the only one that actually had the courage in me saying that, "Oh, you can do it, just perspire," which I did. I have a 98% in that class right now. So that's it. I just want to thank all you guys again. You guys mean a lot to me.
I have to say, Niamke, you're a standout student, and in my years as a counselor and working at a high school before, you're just, they say cream always rises to the top, and you're one of those students that I don't think that I can find anything negative to say about you. Your energy, your spirit, your leadership on campus. If there's music playing at lunch, I always walk out back because I know you're going to be dancing, and I love to watch you dance. And so you were the one that, when you realized that you didn't have that Spanish 2, we talked about doing some studying over the summer. You're the one that did that. You're the one that went back and did what you needed to do to accomplish your goals. And so I'll never forget you. I talk about you to my husband, my family, because I think you're just a stellar student and really a standout student at Eastside High School.
Great model for the younger ones, and definitely, what we want our student athletes to exemplify. And you did a great job. I don't think anybody in this room is going to forget you, whether we want to or not. Anybody else?
Proud of you, dog. You did that, man. Mama.
That's good. That's good. Well, let's put the pen to the paper and make this official.
It's not a signature, that's a slave mark.
I can't even read it.
He's over 18.
Good enough.
That's okay. Well, did I mess up?
No, just do that one anyway. Since we got you, pen and paper. Yeah, exactly. I told you. It's his brand. He doesn't have a signature. Y'all next. Y'all's not aware,
What's that?
in the South.
It's on you too, Bob. You going to ABC with me?
That's right. That's right.
I got bone to pick with you. Me and Bone got a bone.
The word where he's gone.
Y'all, yeah, it's y'all. It's y'all. Y'all fit.
Yeah. Well, good stuff. And take some group photos.
Yeah.
Get them all in. You want to get administrators in? I know you guys are busy.
Here, let me take.
Have a seat. Go
Here,
ahead.
let me take
Get
the
the chair.
administrative photo. That way it comes out right.
Yeah.
Excuse me. That way these turn out correctly. Not saying that you can't photo or nothing, bro. You can't. You still hitting the button. You still hitting the button. What are you doing? What did you do?
I didn't do nothing. I had to
See, it's blurry, isn't it?
You broke the camera.
I moved.
I broke the camera. What'd you do?
I just handed it to you. My hands are in.
Lord Jesus is hold on. Here we go.
iPhone the rest. I'll do the rest.
Here we go. One more, please. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Unks.
Yeah.
Then you can take it. Then I'll take off you. Sean.
I didn't.
Diamond, you gonna look up there?
Wait, let me get out of it.
Yeah, I'm saying, I'm gonna get you. My family one.
One,
I'm
two,
gonna do the white guy in the back.
Morris family. Coach. You're Uncle Lear. I'm stepping in. Stay there, guys.
Don't break it, Santino.
Santino getting stuff.
Look at it. He already like.
He's like, up.
Take another one, Santino. Your eyes might be bad. All right, let's get the B&H guys in and all the students. Mrs. Oh, no.
No, that's okay.
No.
Let's get the,
No, I need you in here. First, yeah, with my children. Stay there, Diamond. I'll take this one. Because I want this one to come out properly.
I'm gonna leave you hanging by yourself.
Get in, Tony.
Sorry.
Sean,
Sean, you're in there.
get in like I said.
You said. I had Miss Dooms.
I don't be there.
I know her.
One more. Yeah, let's go B&H. Jump in.
Get in there.
You want to act like she got
I was waiting for everybody.
Yeah, okay.
I punished Will.
Okay.
You're B&H, sir.
I do have
I think
to prove it.
you got a plaque, right?
Yeah, you got a flag to prove that.
Let's go. 1, 2. One more. 1, 2.
And
Good. Coaches, yeah, coach, where they go?
I take a deck.
It's red. What does that mean?
You're still recording.
You see the signature.
I'm gonna be like, we found the pen.
So you didn't stay for the children, but you stayed for the
Okay,
coach.
Sean, go this way. Let me take one.
Now you get to.
I'm sorry.
Now get up.
Sorry.
Sean, you still.
I got a back
bomb. Photo bomb, dog. Ready? Another one. Good.
No, I just heard Eric walk in.